So after the heat died down, after the eventful match between Volkanovski and Topuria, reactions and commentary seems to arise, particularly surrounding Volk's fighting style and game plan shown during that fight.
Alex was going through the game plan, was finding his range and starting to touch him up. I was disappointed by the result, knowing that Alex has a much better skill set. We knew coming into the fight, Topuria, had a puncher's chance, and he got that punch.
That did not help Alex's team's image one bit. So did Volkanovski have an off fight? First of all, you can't ask him personally. He's a humble person, and don't expect someone who just got knocked out cold 30 minutes ago to be cognitively there as well.
I don't care about any of that. I just want a rematch, and I don't care where that is, but I want the rematch. I said I wanted to take him out, and then I would have headlined it. But I mean, now maybe I'm headlining as a challenger.
This isn't all of them, but here is a small compilation of famously known strikers or MMA well-rounders' opinion on the fight.
Volk starting with a couple, a body kick, inside leg kick, seems to be more so on the back foot. Had Alexander spinning around. I don't know why he's using a body kick as a counter shot. It's dangerous if somebody's coming in.
But I feel like after the first round concluded, I felt like he got just enough data to go out there and just kind of implement his game plan. I feel like he wasn't too threatened by the power, and he had done enough to get his timing where Ilia would start to open up, and he was trying to cut him off and get Volkanovski's back against the cage where he can unload a 3-4 punch combination, and he just did exactly that, and if the right hook didn't land, that left hook was going to land.
Spams a lot of left kicks. My opinion about why that was probably going on, I didn't get to ask him, is when you're fighting someone that's grounded, wants to wait and then counter you, if you throw a ton of body kicks, it ties up their arms, okay? It makes it so that they don't get to just punch whenever they want. They have to connect to the floor, block this, and then try to counter me afterwards. And typically, if I'm good enough, I can really connect them to the floor and get myself out of the way quick enough. I kind of not knew, but I started to have a little bit of not a great feeling in the second round when Ilia started to pick it up. Because in round one, it seemed oh, okay, I can't really tell if Ilia is holding back because he knows it's a 5-round fight, or if Ilia just can't find Volk with any of the attacks that he's trying to get. Turns out he was holding back, okay? So in the second round, he opens up a lot more, okay? So Ilia's being this guy, Volk's kicking him a bunch, boom. Ilia's cool, he's fine with everything. He starts to kind of find things a little bit, gets Volk against the cage, and then it was just a matter of Volk being the mover guy, needs to set first. Ilia's already set, throws the right hand, knocks Volk out. We all hate to see it.
Alexander Volkanovski did not look the same at all. Just looked a little hesitant. Maybe that was just Ilia's aura, Ilia's fucking stance, Ilia's confidence, or it was because Islam fucking head kicked him a couple months ago and knocked him out. And now that's in the back of his head, okay, I can get knocked out. I don't know. It's hard to say. Fucking sucks to see Volk go down like that.
But if you were to look back at boxing is more guilty than MMA, if you were to look back at a guy who's knocked out in his previous contest, a stand-up battle does not favor him right away. He's going to be a little bit slower. He's not going to be as comfortable. He's not going to have the same volume and the same output. The reason for that is every time you move a hand away to touch your opponent, that's what exposes your own face, right? It's these hands coming back. This is what protects you. So if a guy gets knocked out, he gets hesitant to let those hands go. I think Volkanovski got comfortable. I think Volkanovski liked it. I think Volkanovski said, look, I've already done this for one frame. I just got 4 more to go. And of those 4, I only need to win 2 of them, right? I think he was doing the math when all of a sudden Topuria stepped in and shut his lights off.
It is a bit ambiguous because there isn't that much information to concretely gather and use. So at this point, it's actually more interesting seeing people's takes rather than the truth now. Is that my excuse to give my own take? Yes. If the opponent is scared of the takedown, a lot of his KO power is gone. For reference, Ilia is strong as fuck, no doubt about it. He's so strong, he doesn't even realize, and he rocks with it. He swings and doesn't even realize the damage on one of his punches. He flash KO'd Volk and keeps swinging because he didn't know yet that was the perfect shot. With that being said, Bryce Mitchell, out of all people, had the smartest game plan against Ilia's style. Ilia is hungry, short-ranged, strong, and low kicks a lot. He also has strong boxing combinations and amazing pressure management. Knows how to pressure with jabs and then suddenly go to a 5-punch combination that kills you, or stops mid-combination to pull back and counter you or look for reads. With someone like this, body kicks isn't gonna do shit. It's okay because it's a lead body kick from Orthodox, so he's getting the best value of range finding and damage kicking Ilia's open side, but still.
That was the hardest punch I ever took in my experience inside the cage. Yeah, without any, I didn't see that kick coming, you know.
Bryce, on the other hand, during his fight against Topuria, had better head movement than Volk and scared Topuria of his takedowns. Although looking back, yes, Topuria probably has better ground game and striking, but he definitely wanted to do the striking against Bryce Mitchell ideally, so he adjusted his style slightly. He submitted him, but he didn't really knock him out cold. Rewatching the fight, Ilia made a super low stance, preparing to swing, but also prepared to defend a takedown. When watching Volk do that, I thought it was bait, just like the Yair fight, where he baited a combination out of him with the lead low kick to hook him in the middle of it. But someone as flawless as Topuria, you can't just bet on a striking game plan. You need to use all of your weapons to really get something going. Takedowns, wrestling him for just control time, front push kicking him a lot. These are good ways to piss off a pressure fighter. These are just ways to piss off Topuria. And he isn't perfect. When he was scared of Bryce's takedowns, he just blanked out with this 1-2 head kick combination. Sadly, it was Bryce Mitchell striking, but if any other fighter had that window of opportunity, it would have been lights out. So in conclusion, I am overdosing on copium and this is how I make myself feel better. And no, this isn't some concrete evidence on what really, truly happened. At the end of the day, it's some cunt talking to the microphone, but it's definitely something better to talk about than the 35-year-old plus curse, the UFC game cover curse, the Adrenaline new Venom shorts curse, the Prime Athlete curse, the Celebrity Team Corner curse, and so on.